Hey, good morning guys. Welcome back to the channel. It is Monday, June 13th. And I'm out here walking my organic corn here. Get out of the sun a little bit so you can see it. It's looking pretty good. It's been rotary hoed one time. We've been really dry here. Probably 2 to 3 tenths of rain over the past 3 weeks maybe. So it's really dry here, so weed control is definitely a lot easier when it's dry. So I'm gonna try to get my cultivator set up. Actually gonna try to get the cameras on this year, so see if we can do that. Over here there's 70 acres of corn, and then I've got 35 acres of beans over here by the woods. So eventually I'd like to get this whole field back into same crop rotation, but right now got it split. So also I wanted to apologize for not getting a lot of videos out. Just been super busy with life and everything. Got 2 kids now, and finding time to make and edit videos is pretty hard right now. So thanks for sticking with me. I know I've got a lot of new subscribers in the past 6-8 months, so thank you guys. So I'm gonna walk over here and I'll show you what the beans look like. Those are some really nice looking beans there, if I do say so myself. I rotary hoed these, I think 3 times. I'm thinking about maybe rotary hoeing them again, just to get, I want to get every weed I can here in the row and close to the row. I want to make sure that they're all dead. I can cultivate the middles out, no problem. But last year I had a lot of issues with grass and different weeds in the row, and like I said on the corn, we've been pretty dry here, so that makes weed control a lot easier. Weeds don't germinate on top on the dry soil, so this has definitely been a pretty easy year as far as weed control. When I planted these, I planted them, actually everything, both the corn and the beans, I planted 2 inches deep. So I wanted to make sure that they got in moisture. There were a few places in the field that were kind of wet when we worked it early, when I took down the cover crops. Those made, really big clods, so those places never really dried out. And then you had like really big clods, and then trying to plant into that, just nothing came up. So yeah, this all looks pretty good. I do see a little velvet leaf right here. You can see there's a little something right there. For the most part, they're pretty clean. See, places like this, this stand's a little thin. I don't know if that's just didn't get germinated, or if I got too aggressive with the hoe. Just places like that, but beans fill in. They'll fill that in pretty easy, so not too worried about that. Okay guys, so I've been working on this Hiniker 6000 and the Acura Trak hitch and cameras here. So there's camera 1, camera 2 is over on the other side. And here is what the interface looks like. don't know if you can see. The top image is this one right down here, so I put a yardstick down here. We got it square with the row units and everything, and I believe pretty well in the center of the row. So the blue line is supposed to be exactly square with the yardstick, and then the green line represents the row, and then obviously orange and red are, you know, getting out of line. So it should steer it that way. I've got the row feelers here, so I can just drop those down and hook them up. You cannot use the cameras and the row feelers at the same time. It's one or the other. So I just put everything on here. That way I can switch back and forth real quick if I need to. And I think I got everything hooked up here. So I'm gonna go out to the field and try it, see how it works. Heading over to the field now. We're gonna try it out, see how it works. Hopefully these cameras work good. Probably have to get them set to the crop row. It's probably gonna be a little bit different than the in the shop there with the yardsticks, but we'll see if we can get it going here. Okay guys, so a couple things I wanted to show you here. The box for the cameras, so that has to be mounted inside the cab because there is a fan on the back side here. This is kind of my redneck way to mount this until I get a better way to do it. I was gonna put it on the floor back here, but these cables are not long enough, the ones that run to the cameras. So I called Sunco about the length of these, and they said that they cannot be any longer because of the time it takes the image to go from the camera through the wire into this, sent through the Wi-Fi signal, just all of this stuff. The Wi-Fi signal to the tablet. I don't know exactly how all of it works. I know that you know, it's plugged into that box. Still figuring out how the cameras work exactly, but they said these cables cannot be any longer because just of the time it takes to do all that. And you know, if you're running 6 miles an hour, it just, you know, that's all got to happen really fast. So where I have the cameras mounted, I have them mounted on row 1 and row 12. They don't want you to mount them where the you get shadows from the duals, so they have to be mounted out there. I kind of would have liked to had them at row 2 and row 11, but because of where the row feelers are mounted, I didn't want to have to mount that out. And actually, I don't even think it would work out that way because of the way it folds. It'd get into the cab here. So yeah, we'll set it down here and see what we got going on, see if everything's lined up, and then we're gonna try it. Hey guys, so I've spent the last 2 days since that last video getting the cultivator set and dialed in. It's been kind of tough with it being so dry. The corn's just not, seems like it's just not rooted like it normally would be if we've gotten rain. Kind of seems backwards, but you'd think the corn would root deeper and faster. But there's just so much loose dirt around it, and then it's about 90 some degrees outside, so the corn's really it's not, you know, when it gets hit with a little bit of dirt, it just wants to fall over, flop over, and so it's been kind of a challenge to get it set. So it's doing a pretty good job now. I've got the cameras dialed in. It took a little bit for me to get this figured out, get it out of the sun here. So I thought that the cameras would you know, show a moving picture, and it doesn't. You have to tap it to get it to refresh, which I think that seems kind of odd, but yeah, just my opinion. It's doing a pretty good job. I had to learn how to get the settings right, like the sensitivity and the aggressiveness. Those were both really low, and it just wasn't moving much on the console here. It really wouldn't hardly move at all. So I had to get that dialed in. I moved the shields one way, moved the shields the other way, and I'm sure the corn grew a little bit. So finally got it all set and dialed in, so I'm gonna get running pretty hard today. I've only got 70 acres of corn and 35 acres of beans this year. The beans are over by the woods, so I've only really got 100 acres this year that I'm cultivating. The rest is in wheat and oats, so not too much to do, but makes it worth my while, I suppose. Another cool setting on here is you can see it in this advanced mode. It turns the corn plants white, and I would assume that maybe the white speckles are small weeds. I'm not really sure if it picks up like green content. But then you've got your control tab with I'll just move that aggressiveness and sensitivity and all of that stuff. So, and then you just got your camera screen. You can do the depth of view. The top, there's I don't know if you can see it, but it's split right about here. The top is the left camera, the bottom is the right camera. There are two cameras on here. The blue line is what the camera thinks is center, and then the green line is I guess the crop row. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but anyway, then the orange lines and then the red lines are, you know, if you're outside of those parameters, then it starts to move. So it's been a little bit of a challenge learning how to do it. I wish Sunco would make a video and post it on YouTube and just kind of show you what to do. I bought this system used, so I really didn't have much to go by. No one really taught me how to do it, so I'm just kind of self-teaching myself and learning as I go. But yes, I do wish that Sunco would make a video on how to use it, what all the different settings are. But other than that, it's going pretty good. I'm running about 3 miles an hour. That's about as fast as I can go right now. It just throws throws too much dirt if I go faster, starts to cover the corn up. So it's doing a pretty good job. I'm pretty happy with it. I want to jump out here and show you what's going on back here, just so you can see. It's doing a pretty good job. Little weed right there. It still is throwing some dirt. I do want some to be thrown into the row, but I mean, you can see that corn is it's just pretty floppy, and if that dirt, you know, gets thrown on top, it just lays right back down. So I've got my shields set as close to the sweep as I can get them, probably about an inch away. That just keeps trying to keep all this dirt. I know this looks like a lot. I really don't know how to keep all that dirt from accumulating, because I want to use my cutaway discs. It just seems like there's a lot of dirt there, and I don't know why. I've changed. Seems like if I shallow the depth a little bit, it actually throws more dirt into the row. Keeping it deeper lets it flow over that. So I don't know. I've changed a ton of settings, and this is the best I can get it to do in these conditions, what I have right now. So I've got these shields set straight. In the past I've had them angled, but it would take the corn and it was just kind of ripping it out if they were set too aggressive, and then I angled them back, and then it was actually throwing more dirt in the row. So I just set them straight. One thing that I wish I had instead of these rotary hose shields is probably like a one of those flat plate shields, open top shields, I think is what it's called. Seems like the dirt is actually flowing out before it even gets to the shield. I know that this is a high-speed cultivator. It's meant to be run fast, not 3 to 4 mile an hour. But in this young corn, trying to get as close as I can to the row, this is the best I can do. Yeah, so I think maybe if I had, you know, the big open top shields that went up a little bit further, I think it would catch a lot more of that dirt. Again, I didn't really show you a whole lot in the shop the other day, but that is the camera right there, and it's looking straight down over the row, and that's what you'll see on the tablet. It's picking up, you know, the center here. So I haven't posted a video in cultivating for, actually it's been a couple years. So I got this 12 row Hiniker 6000 now. I still do have the 6 row, but may keep that as a backup. So this 12 row works pretty good. Again, just a few things. The way I set it up is I've got that Ganussi hydraulic third link all the way back. So the bar is not quite level. It's tipped back a little bit. That gives the sweeps, they're not angled up, they're a lot more flat, so the dirt's flowing over them better as well that way. So you can see right here the cutaways are doing a pretty good job, especially right here. This guy's gonna get taken out. You know, what's really close in the row right here, there's just no way to get those out. They just got skipped with the rotary hoe. I'd like to move these in a little bit, but it makes me kind of nervous. If I get off the row a little bit, it's pretty easy for one of those discs to just come over here and just slice out some of this corn. So I wouldn't really be able to get those anyway, I don't think, just because it's, you know, it's right next to the row. I'm gonna be taking out corn if I try that. But looking down through there, I'd like to have the shields a little bit closer to throw a little bit more dirt, but like I said earlier, that's about the best I can do without covering up the row. Got the corn all cultivated, finished up. I am going to switch to the rotary hoe tonight and rotary hoe the beans in the morning, and then I'll probably hook back onto the cultivator and hit them with the cultivator. I just want to rotary hoe those beans just one last time, get everything in the row that I can, and just want to make sure that I keep them as clean as what I can. So may seem a little overkill, but I don't know, with beans, if I can keep them clean, that'll really help out, you know, especially from keeping weeds from going to seed, but maybe, you know, pick up a little bit of yield there. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and give my video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see something else, you want to see more of the cameras or the guidance hitch or anything you want to see. Just comment in the comments there, and yeah, thank you for watching.